Hello and happy Wednesday. Welcome to Gentle Yoga. My name is Marshall Elliott, certified group exercise instructor, personal trainer, and yoga teacher. So happy to be here with you today for this gentle vinyasa yoga practice. So when we speak of vinyasa yoga, vinyasa typically means with the breath, and in many vinyasa yoga practices, we move with the breath. In a gentle yoga practice, we're gonna move more slowly. Hi, Marion. We will move more slowly. Sometimes we hold postures a little bit longer. There are not as many strength postures in this gentle yoga practice, and we will always start on the mat and end on the mat. So for those of you who are looking for something gentler, slower, less strength poses, less intense holds, this is the practice for you. I always recommend, if you have it, a pair of yoga blocks or something that will work, like a textbook or something. A nice small pillow or folded blanket is nice at times, either to provide cushion underneath your knees or as we start out seated. Sitting either on your folded blanket, pillow, or block will gently tilt the pelvis to help you lengthen the spine so you can sit more comfortably. So find a comfortable seat. I am in Sukhasana or easy seat. You can always start out kneeling, legs straight, cross leg, whatever's going to be comfortable for you. And if at any time, like you feel any intensity in your legs, your knees, you're not comfortable, please adjust. I always recommend having water and towel handy. In this gentle yoga practice, it won't be needed, but for some, it is nice to have. So as you come into your comfortable seat, grounding your seat, relax through the feet, through the legs, through the hips. Let your shoulders relax, arms hang, your hands rest wherever they are most comfortable. So that could be in your lap, on your knees, or by your sides. You can soften your gaze or you can close your eyes. Fully inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh the breath out. Do that 2 more times. As you allow everything to melt away. Allow the breath to flow in and out of your nostrils. Taking comfort with the internal heat your breath provides. Relax your face, allowing your teeth to gently part, softening at the jaw, backs of the ears, backs of the eyes, brows. Allow your shoulders to soften and feel light and at ease. Taking notice of the rise and fall of your belly and chest with the inhalations and exhalations. And with that, we come into Anjali Mudra. Press your palms together at your heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum into your thumbs. Gently bow the head and take a moment. Think about an intention that you would like to set for this practice today. What are you needing from your practice? And while often it's physical, maybe it's not. Maybe it's mental, emotional. Maybe it's something even bigger than you, but set your intention. And with that intention, thinking of someone in your life. It could be someone who you've spent these last several weeks with, someone you long to be with, or someone you haven't seen in a long time. If that intention wasn't physical, think of the person that would align with your intention and dedicate your practice to them today. We keep our dedications close at heart and mind, and in sealing them fully, inhale through your nose. Open the mouth, sigh the breath out. If you've got those blocks, bring them up to the top of the mat. I like to place mine on either side. And we're gonna start in neutral tabletop. So if you need the pillow or blanket underneath your knees, please take that now. And as you come into your neutral tabletop, bring your knees directly beneath your hips. Bring your wrists directly beneath your shoulders. Spread the fingers. Find yourself nice and grounded equally through all 4 points. I've been having some internet trouble, so my music may go in and out. I apologize ahead of time. But let's come into some cat-cow. Rounding the spine, pulling the belly in. Allowing the belly to dip, lengthening the front of the body. Your breath matching your movement. Two more. Fully extend the arms in this cat pose. Tuck the chin in, belly rounds all the way in. And then reverse. Soften the elbows, the belly completely dips, lifting the chest and hips. Come into a neutral spine. So your shoulders and hips are level. We're going to gently pull our bellies in to lengthen the spine and keep it nice and long and flat as we find spinal balance. Extend your right foot back, tucking your toes onto the mat. Push back through the heel. Keeping length all the way through the spine, out the crown of the head, slide your left hand forward. Feel that shift in balance, and if you'd like, gently lift your heel only as high as your hip, your hand only as high as your shoulder. As you reset, knee beneath hip, wrist beneath shoulder. Left toes back, push back through the heel. Feel a nice stretch through the foot, the leg. Sliding your right hand forward. And if you did so on the other side, create balance. Keep pulling the belly in. If you're feeling this in the low back, chances are you're either dropping the belly or the leg is too high. Restack the joints, and on your next inhalation, opposite hand and leg extend. Exhale to reground. And then check as you set your knee down. If you're losing balance, take the knees a little wider, creating a more stable base. Gazing at the mat, we keep the head in line with the spine. Reaching through the crown of the head. Try taking one more on each side, but as you inhale, fully lengthen from fingertips to heel. As you reground, feel the brace of your belly. And then take the knees a little wider. Slide the hips back into extended child's. Reach the hands as far forward as they go, lifting the elbows away from the mat. Head can be lifted or down. Draw the shoulder blades into your back pockets, creating space for the neck. And as you inhale, reach the body forward. Knees in line with hips, come into a modified plank. Pull up through the belly, stay strong. Push back and lengthen. 2 more times. Inhaling forward, gazing at the top of your mat. Exhaling back. As you gaze back, curl the toes under. Feel that nice dynamic stretch through the toes, through the feet, and then press your hips up and back, finding downward facing dog. Set the feet where you find comfort, and then walking the dog, pedal the heels right and left. Pushing down into the heels, stretching all the way down the backs of the legs. Relax the feet. Press into the pads behind the toes. Soften your knees, and then walk your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat. Ragdoll into the fold, softly bending the knees, swaying side to side, rocking forward and back between your toes and heels. And then exhale into this fold. It's okay if you don't reach the floor. Bend your knees more, or you can rest your hands on your legs. But let the weight of your head melt your upper body down. Gently nod and shake the head, yes, no, and maybe. Inhale halfway. Pull the belly in, shoulder blades into the back pockets, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Do that 2 more times, awakening the back of the body. This time, inhale halfway, bringing the hands up to your hips. Exhale, pull the belly in with soft knees, rise into mountain pose. Extend the arms overhead, finding extended mountain, and then let your shoulders press down away from your ears. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Exhale, find crescent bend, feeling an extension through the ribs on the side of the body. And as you rise to the top, switch hands. Take it to the opposite side. Once again, only this time, keeping the hips squared, equal weight into both feet. See if you can find more length from your hips all the way through the shoulder, all the way out of the fingertips on each side. Exhale, mountain pose. Choosing either to bring hands at heart center or hands by your sides. Take a moment and feel your feet root you into the earth. Now, depending on your surface, you could be on a flat floor underneath your mat. It could be carpeted the way my mat is. It's all going to depend on where your stability is and how your balance is. But we're going to balance our way to the top of the mat. So take your right foot and think right beneath the midline of the body. Step your left heel in front of your right toes. Take your hands by your sides, turn the palms forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. Kind of rock forward and back and see where's your weight. Does it shift into the toes, into the heels, or can you equally ground into both feet? Push down into the feet, and as you do, inhale, rise. Gently pull the inner thighs apart. Feel the strength of your legs. And then actively reach your fingertips down toward the earth as you actively reach through the crown of the head. Now, once the body is completely still, you feel very active through the legs, through the arms. Gently close your eyes. Keep pressing through the outer edges of the feet, lifting through the crown of the head, reaching down through fingertips, and open your eyes. Woo, soft knees. Right foot in front of left. Again, find equal grounding in your feet. As you push down, rise tall. Pull the inner thighs apart. Roll the shoulders back and down. Find stability through the body, stability in the breath, and once you do, close the eyes. Keep pushing down into the feet as you lift through the crown of the head. Brace through the belly, open up proud through the chest. Beautiful. Relax your knees, step forward. Push down, inhale, rise. Exhale, pull the inner thighs apart. Only once your body stops moving or almost completely still, close the eyes. Trust yourself, and if you can, keeping the eyes closed, soften your knees. Once again, step the right foot in front of the left. Feel the heel gently touch the toes. Push down, rise, pull apart, breathe. Eyes open or closed, we step the feet together, Tadasana Mountain. Shake out your legs, keep moving. And just as I thought, the internet kicked us out. So good. Doesn't matter if the feet are apart or feet are touching. You can gently rock forward and back between the toes and the heels. Hands to heart center or by your sides. Pull in through the belly. Let your shoulder blades hug on your back. Feel a gentle lift through the chest, and then reach tall through the crown of the head. We're going to take some modified vinyasa flows here today. So as we inhale, extend the arms overhead. With soft knees, exhale, fold gently forward. Your blocks are there should you need them at any time. Inhale halfway, or single block if you have it. Exhale, hands to the mat. However many steps it takes, step back to downward facing dog. Now, feet hips width or slightly wider. Press down through the heels. Let your sits bones draw down the backs of your legs. Then as you pull the belly in, pull the ribs apart on the back of the body. Feel that length and then press your shoulders toward your legs. Your head hangs right between the biceps. Push into the heels of the hands, lengthen the arms. And then as you come forward, come back to the modified plank where we began. Onto the knees, back long, belly pulled in. Tops of your feet down, elbows back, exhale, roll down to your belly. Push down into the tops of the feet. And as you inhale, lift the chest, stare down the tip of your nose, baby cobra. Roll down, bring one cheek to the mat. Tops of feet down, push into the hands, nose towards center. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, opposite cheek down. One more, only this time as you press up. Very little weight on the hands. Lift the chest using the back of the body. And as you roll down, curl the toes under. Push back into extended child's. We've already been here. Downward facing dog. Only this time as we gaze forward, soften the knees and step the feet to the front of the mat. However many steps it takes, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Roll up, pull up through the belly, hands glide up the body, we rise. This time, interlace the fingers at the base of the skull. Exhale, elbows back, lift the chest, gentle back bend. Inhale through center. Keep the hands where they are as you exhale and fold forward. Elbows come in, gently hug the back of the head. Reach the crown of the head toward the mat. Feel that stretch through the cervical spine, and then release the hands down. Inhale halfway. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank, release your knees. Elbows back, tops of feet down. Exhale into your belly. This time you're gonna take the hands outside of the mat, tent the fingers. Inhale through baby cobra, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Still look down the tip of the nose. Roll down to one cheek. Use the breath, inhale, gently press. Exhale, opposite cheek. Once more. Only this time as we roll down, hands beneath shoulders, curl toes under. Extended child, feel the length through the back of your body. And then gently roll back to center. We're gonna come into a seat. So again, you can use your folded blanket or your pillow to sit on, especially if you've got really tight hips, tight back. Option if you do have two blocks, as we're gonna come into bound angle or butterfly. So soles of feet touching. If the knees are up really high or the hips feel a little tense or tight, you can always slide the blocks either under your knees, or they can even come back underneath your thighs. Whatever's gonna feel good to you here, and allow you to be able to relax your legs so that you can gently fold forward. So from that seated position, with or without your blocks, without pulling on your feet, just kind of round the body forward and passively fold. Wherever you land is where you land. And for some of us being home all these months, or if you're sitting and you're working from home, you're probably really tight in your hips, really tight in the low back, so you might not fold very far. I highly urge that you not grab hold of your feet and pull yourself into this fold. Just let it be organic and melt. Maybe the hands come to the mat. Maybe they're more comfortable gently resting on the feet or the legs. As you roll up, we're going to take a twist. So bring your right hand behind your hip. Take your left hand atop your right knee, and keeping both knees where they are, so without rolling to the right side, gently twist. Let this right shoulder come back behind you. And as you inhale, lift taller through the spine. Exhale, gaze back over the right shoulder. Come through center, and then switch your twist. Take your time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, revolve. Both hands behind you. Press into the mat, lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades in. You can even, if it feels okay, lift your chin. As you come back to center, see if you can bring the feet in a little closer toward the midline of the body. We're gonna make this a little bit more active. So as you inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge from your hips, reach the chest forward. Feel a deeper stretch into the groin or inner thighs. You can even press out using your arms. Stretch should feel very different here. Inhale, rise. Take your right foot forward to the corner of the mat. Bring your left foot into the inner thigh. So we're gonna just, again, take a passive fold. So think belly button pointing toward your knee, and just drape over your legs. So don't grab hold of anything. Wherever we fold, we fold. Let your head hang. Take that gentle stretch through the back of the neck once again. Simply walk the torso towards center, hands to mat, melt down. Start to feel a little stretch through the back of the leg, and then roll up. We simply switch. Left foot to the left corner, right knee bent, belly button toward the left knee. Relax the leg, relax and fold. Where is the sensation greater? Is it the back of the extended leg, or is it the outer thigh and hip of the bent knee? Gently roll up. Take your time, neutral tabletop. We're not here long, so no need to grab your pillow or blanket. We once again curl the toes under, push back, downward facing dog. See if you can find more extension through the arms, legs, and back. And then gazing forward, baby step or big step, however you get there. So forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Take your time walking the hands up or rolling the body up. This time we're going to make a goal pose with our arms. Spread your wings, lift your chest. Inhale, rise. Exhale, mountain pose. Take a moment, take a breath. If you need to, take a sip of water. Maybe fix your clothes. Not that anyone's watching you. And then reconnect for a moment with the intention you've set for your practice. Let's try those sun salutations again. We inhale and rise. We exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, stepping into downward facing dog. Feel the extension not only through the body, but through the breath. And then inhale forward to plank on your knees. Take a moment and draw your shoulder blades onto your back again. Feel the length through the neck. Inner eye of the elbows forward. So wrap your triceps around. Let the arms go really strong as your tops of feet come down. Exhale, elbows back, melt down. Whatever felt better, hands beneath shoulders or hands wide. Find your baby cobra here. Looking right down the tip of your nose. Open the chest, open the back of the body. Roll down only one time, so curl the toes under. Push the hips back, and then up, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, soft knees, step forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Roll to the top. We rise. Exhale, take your back bend. Open your arms, open your chest. Inhale to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to take a couple of balances. So if you're not already, just face your screen. Your right foot's going to be your foundation. You don't necessarily need to look at me or look at your screen. You can find a spot, maybe even on the wall ahead of you, something that's not moving, that's going to hold your gaze and help you balance. Again, that's going to differ based on what type of flooring you have. You might be on a yoga mat. If you're on a towel, I highly recommend you step off so it's not too slippery. So whether you're on carpet or flooring, right foot's the foundation. We're going to start with figure 4 before we move into tree pose. So if you need a wall to balance, step toward a wall. Shift your weight to the right foot and your knee. You're going to figure 4, so bring your foot just above your knee. Open your hip. Start to bend your knees. Take a seat. Hips are square. Open up the knee. Relax the toes on the mat. Try not to grip the mat with your toes. Pulling through the belly, chest lifted. Rise. Reset. Shake the legs out. Left foot's the foundation, so switch over. Figure 4. Sit back. Take your seat. So it's similar to what we did in that bound angle, or that seated forward fold with one knee bent, only we're bending this leg instead of straightening it. Nice, come up, rise. Come back to your mountain, shake out your legs. Somehow, I think my music shifted again. That's better. So, same thing, but we're gonna balance differently. So shift over to the right foot. We're coming into Vrksasana, tree pose. Take your left foot, step right in toward your ankle. You can keep the foot at the ankle. You can begin to bring it up below the kneecap. You can even bring it above the knee. If it's slipping onto your knee, just take it down low. Try to keep the hips square, so we want to gently brace the belly, rise tall, and let your left knee point out to the left so it gently opens up through the hip. Take care to notice that you're pressing down through the 4 corners of the feet and not grabbing hold of the mat with your toes. And then once you feel balance, create branches in your tree. They could be up, they could be down, wherever you choose, or none at all. No matter where your branches are, shoulder blades are in on the back. Breath is full. Shift weight, shake out. Let's do the same on the left. We're not a mirror image, so this may feel just a little bit different from one side to the next. Maybe the foot is higher or lower on this side, or the balance is a little bit stronger, or a little more challenged. Right knee pointing out to the right, chest up, belly braced, toes relaxed. Your foot, your ankle is the root of your tree. Rise tall. Maybe you create different branches on this side. Come back, reset. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. Now, If you're not already, you can turn sideways onto your mat or turn your mat sideways. We're gonna step wide. So however wide is up to you. And we're gonna stay facing this way the whole time. But take your right toes and point them toward your screen. Take your left toes and point them toward the left. So your feet kind of look like that. We're gonna come into Warrior Two nice and easy. So you may need to adjust your feet as you bend your knee, but gently bend your left knee. And if it's pushing way past your toes, simply heel toe the foot a little wider. Because as we get down into this Warrior Two, we want the knee over our ankle. Keep the chest forward, inhale, straighten. Exhale, deepen. Keep doing that until you feel like you come as low as you can with your thigh about parallel to mat or slightly above. Once more, pause here. Gently press your knee back toward your pinky. Extend your arms from your shoulders and gaze right over the center of your left hand. Now try this. Take your right hip, push the left knee forward, and then lift tall through the torso. Feel the strength of your warrior here. Straighten your legs, all 10 toes forward. We're gonna take a little forward fold, so you may or may not need your block. All 10 toes pointing toward the screen, outer edges of feet to the outer edges of mat. Hands on hips, we're gonna come into a half fold. So think crown of the head, level with the hips, pull in through the belly. Now, can you extend your arms the same as they were in Warrior Two? Find strength through your legs. Bring your hands down either onto the mat or onto your block. That might even mean dropping the chest below the hips. Inhale, coming right back up the way you came in. So find the half lift, spread your wings, feel the strength. Hands to hips, roll up. Right toes turn to the back of the mat. Left toes stay where they are. Bend the right knee. Adjust however you need, but each bend is taking you lower. Bringing the knee over the ankle without shifting your upper body, keeping it centered. Last time. As you come down, press the knee toward the pinky. Extend the arms. Gaze over the center of the right hand. So if you feel like you're hinging forward, see if you can press tall through the chest, drop the shoulders. Take this left hip, extend the right knee forward. Pull in through the belly. Lift through the ribs. Find strength in your legs. Come back to center. All 10 toes forward. This time, inhale, we're gonna rise. Exhale, we're gonna spread the wings again. Come to the half lift. So your palms press down. Push your hips back. Open up through the chest. Pull in through the belly. Feel the strength. Now just the hands come together. Reaching toward the mat. Hands to mat or to your block. Fold. Inhale, halfway. Try to bring the heels in so the toes are on a diagonal. Press out into a squat. Lift your chest. Exhale, come back to the forward fold. So for some of you, that's gonna mean taking a block so the floor comes up to you, especially in the squat. Take care of your knees as you squat. If they're buckling in, push back toward the pinky toes. Feel the strength of your hips. 2 more. Nice. From your forward fold, hands to hips, pull the belly and roll up. Heel toe the feet to come back to center. Give your legs a shake. Can we try those balance postures once again? Shift the weight onto the right foot. We're gonna take the figure 4 first. So, foot above the knee, open the knee, sit. Push your weight back into your heel just as you were in your squat. Let the knee open up. See if you can sink a little lower. Now, depending on how your hips feel, inhale, lengthen the chest. If you can, exhale, bring your elbows on top or in front of your shin. Breathe into your hip. I know you're feeling that sensation. Hold on, one more breath if you can. And then rise. Shake out. Ho-ho. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Left foot. Peel the right. Figure 4. Relax the toes on the mat as you sit back. Weight pushes back into the heel. So all 4 corners of your left foot push down into your mat or to the floor. You can stay up, or you can lengthen the spine and fold forward. Feel the sensation across the hip, across the bottom. One more breath. Come on up. Hold. Goodness gracious. Especially those of you who have been sitting at home working or sitting at home and homeschooling. I know you felt that just a little bit. But we've got to come back to tree one last time. Right foot's the foundation. Open up. So relax the toes. See if you can spread your toes. Push down into the pad behind them as you slowly start to slide your foot up. Maybe it goes to the same place, maybe a little lower, maybe a little higher. Doesn't matter. Wherever you are, push your foot into your leg, push your leg into your foot so that they're ground or into each other. We're gonna try a side bend. So if you can, take your branches overhead, then drape your left arm over your left knee. Reach your right arm over ear, take that crescent bend. Think of reaching your fingertips toward the left side of the room. Come back to center. Release, shake out. Aren't you glad we're bipeds and we only have one more side? Set it up. Take the foot where you choose. Doesn't have to be the same on the right and left. Find your balance, spread your toes. Find your branches. Let your tree gently bend and arc. It's okay if we wobble. That's our body negotiating the balance. Rise. Ah, shake out. Standing work is done, you guys. Give your legs a shake, come back up to the top of the mat. Shake out the arms. Adjust where you need. If you need to pause for a drink, we're gonna take a couple of seconds or a couple of moments in mountain. Hands to heart center or by your side. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. And just take a moment to reconnect with your dedication. Who supports you in your intentions today? Who do you want with you in your practice today? We're going to take one final vinyasa flow to bring us back to the mat. We inhale and rise. We exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale your way back to downward facing dog, however many steps that takes. Sinking the heels down, finding length through the backs of the legs, pushing through the heels of the hands, wrapping the triceps, bracing the belly. Inhale forward through plank, tap the knees, exhale the chest to the mat. We're gonna see if we can come into a fuller cobra and open the back of our body a little bit more. So as you slide the hands back, think thumbs in line with the base of your chest, and then hug your elbows in, shoulder blades into the back pockets. Looking down the tip of your nose, press the tops of your toenails into the mat, keeping them there as you lift the chest. That feels okay. Maybe you start to extend the arms a little more, pushing the hips down. Maybe you keep going, fully extending the arms, coming into cobra. Now if you're squeezing your cheeks, not the ones on your face, relax them. Stare down the tip of your nose. A lot of us get into this posture and think we need to look up toward the ceiling. But we want to create the space for our neck. So push the shoulders down. You can extend the chin forward. Try not to lift it up. Roll down to your belly. Curl your toes under and push back, this time into restorative child. So knees come apart as you slide back. If your head does not come down on the mat, stack your hands beneath your face, or you can take your block beneath your face. That feels good to your neck. Hands by your sides. You can even grab hold of your feet. Inhale through your nose. Sigh the breath out. Bring your hands back beneath your shoulders as you come up into neutral tabletop one final time. Taking comfort just in this tabletop. Just want to set your back up. So curl the toes under, lift the knees, let them kind of hover. And as they do, feel your abs brace. Reach through the crown of the head, lengthen your spine. Keep that brace of your belly, keep the spine long as you tap the knees down. Uncurl the feet, wrap the triceps. So we're still staying engaged through the arms, engaged through the belly. Breathe. Nice work. We're just gonna come up, roll up to the top, and we're gonna come back to our seat. So if you need it, grab your pillow or your folded blanket. You can face your screen. We're gonna come back into bound angle. If the hips still feel really tight, you still want the blocks underneath your knees or something underneath your tailbone. Soles of feet touching. This time, try opening your feet like the pages of a book. So from your pinky to the outer edges of your feet, completely connected. I've seen some who have great rotation and mobility in their ankles, and no kidding, their feet will open like that. So if that's you, allow them to open. Allow the knees to open. Inhale, lengthen. We're gonna let this one be active. Exhale, hinge from the hips to reach your heart forward. So again, if you're pulling up on your toes, push the toes down. Open up the feet, open up through the hips. If you want more, gently press in an outward motion onto your thighs. As you're pressing out, gently pressing down. Feel that release, that space, and then melt into it. As you roll up, we're gonna come to deer pose. So the right knee will stay where it is. You're just gonna switch the bend of your left knee. So your left foot goes behind you, left knee pointing to the left side of the room. You can tuck the toes under if that feels good. They can stay out to the side. Find what's gonna work for you. I'm gonna just turn sideways so you can see what's happening to my left hip. So right now, it's kind of lifted off of the mat. I'm gonna actively roll back and down into the seat, and I'm gonna feel that length, that stretch along the front of my thigh, quadriceps, hip flexor. Inhale, press up strong, lift my cheek. Exhale, rock and roll it down. So just keep doing that. We're gonna create some space for this hip. We wanna feel a nice stretch along this outside leg. Take comfort here. For some, this might be a little different feel, and that's okay. 2 more. Stay rocked back. Walk your hands toward the right. Inhale, lift the torso. So feel that stretch, and then begin to walk the hands out. Some may want their block or their pillow or blanket here. Some may come down onto the forearms. Feel that stretch along the side of the body. Hip is now lifted. walk back up. Take your twist toward your left leg. So right hand on the left knee, left hand behind. Peel the torso, gaze back. And then come to center, we switch. Nice. So we start with that rocking and rolling in the hip. Inhale, lift your cheek off the mat. Exhale, pull it down. One side's not gonna feel like the other. So on one side, you might hit that mat a lot quicker. On the other side, you might go, where's the mat? It's okay. Our bodies are not a mirror image. And we just accept and allow. More importantly, we rejoice in what our bodies can do for us, how great we know we can feel. One more. Take your twist. Around, walk out. Remember, blocks there if you need it, pillow, blanket. Feel that stretch across the side of the body, opening up space here. Walking up. Take your twists, left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Peel the shoulder back. And release. Bring your feet toward the front of your mat so that both feet this time come out toward the corners. So we're gonna take a slightly wide forward fold as we exhale, hinging forward. If need be, you got your blocks there. You got your blocks here, here. Whatever's gonna help you feel comfortable, but like you're actually stretching and lengthening through the back of the body, the spine, the legs. You can hold on to the feet, try not to grab and pull. Still let it be passive. Gently roll up to the top. Now, if you do have a prop of some kind, you're gonna wanna keep it close by. Set your feet toward the ends of the mat and scoot your hips toward your feet. We're gonna open up the hip flexors, so roll on down onto your back. And depending on what prop you have, this just determines how open you can get the hips and the height of it. Think of moving through bridge as you press the hips up and slide your prop underneath your tailbone. So down on the sacrum, the bony part of the low back, upper butt, I'd like to call it. And once you're here, you're gonna slowly start to walk the feet out. You'll know when and where to stop, but you wanna feel that opening and that lengthening through the hips, the psoas. You're gonna feel a bend in the back, so if that doesn't feel good to you, walk the feet back in. Hands by your sides. Chin is in a neutral alignment. Slowly walk back in. If you feel secure on whatever you are on, even if you're just flat on your mat, bring your knees over your chest, and over your hips. You can keep them bent or extend the legs. Take a nice modified restorative inversion. Let all of the weight melt toward the shoulders. Chest is open, palms are open. Belly once again is rising and falling with the breath. Bend your knees. Set your feet onto the mat. Lifting away from your prop and setting it to the side, we roll down. Supta Baddha Konasana now, or supine bound angle. Let the hips gently open, soles of feet connect. Goalpost the arms alongside the ears. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Once or twice more. If you feel you need a reclining restorative twist, please take one now, allowing the knees to fall to one side for a few breaths and then the other. You can stay in this space. You can bring your knees to your chest. I'm going to come into happy baby. So I'm bringing the knees together. Reaching down, grabbing the outer edges of the feet, yogi toe lock, whatever feels right. And bringing the knees alongside the ribs. Pressing the sacrum down, allowing a little bit of movement, maybe rocking side to side. Knees can stay bent, or you can rock over, extend one leg and then the other. You can even extend both legs together. If you're still in supine bound angle, you are welcome to stay there for your Shavasana. If you were taking your twists or happy baby or knees to chest, walk the feet out now to the corners of the mat. Please know that at any time you can be done with your practice. We're just going to rest for about a minute here in Shavasana. So kind of wiggle the legs, the arms, whatever's going to help you release your body into the mat. One more cleansing breath, inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Surrender the breath. Surrender the body. Surrender your yoga practice. Begin to gently wiggle the fingers and toes. Brushing your thumbs along your fingertips, taking notice of the sensation. Gently rock the head side to side, reawaken the neck. If you choose, inviting a morning stretch, bring the feet together. Extend the arms overhead, point the toes, fully extend. And as you exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Roll onto one side, resting your head on your bottom arm as a pillow just for a moment. With your eyes closed or your lids heavy, use your top hand to push into the earth. Come back to the easy seat where we began, either directly on your mat or on your prop. Take just a couple of moments with the breath. If you'd like, find Anjali Mudra once again, softening the gaze or closing the eyes and gently bowing the head. As always, it is my honor and gratitude to guide you in this practice. I hope that you can find gratitude for yourself, for those within your home, and as you start to venture out, for all that you come across. Sometimes those who cannot give gratitude are the ones who need it the most. Always honor your body, both on and off the mat. Take some time, whether it's at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, or if you can steal away in the middle for yourself. Invite a meditation practice, some quiet time, or a gratitude practice. Act mindfully, accept entirely, move strongly, think softly, speak beautifully, live simply, love completely. The light in me sees, honors, and reflects the light within each one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys, as always, so much for joining in. I hope that you have a fabulous day and an even more fabulous rest of your week. We'll see you next time.